Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Duelist Of The Roses. So as you can see, since last time I've done a little bit of grinding off screen, I fought Joey a couple more times. Now we have 4-0 against him. And Empress Judge is now a first lieutenant, so...
My lady!
She's not been promoted once, but twice now. So... she is now the boss.
I'm just saying it's Loki aside from God.
Yeah, totally. So, I did a little bit of grinding against Joey. My deck cost is a little bit different, as you can see. It's over 9. Well,
it's over 9,000.
I wasn't gonna say that, but it's been over 900 for a while. But it's definitely more than it was when we started, because I actually have a tangible copy of Flame Swordsman now, as well as another Axe Raider. I have some Ukazis instead of Final Flame. That's better for now. It's just a slightly better burn damage card, but the burn damage cards are not great in this game. But it's there. I also got Copycat from Joey, which is a very, very good spell card.
Yeah.
If I had more room for deck cost, I'd be putting that in. Maybe later in the game I'll be doing that against some of the final opponents. There's going to be a opponent coming up very soon that is going to have a very, very low deck cost. So I'm going to have to be very strategic about my cards for that. There's a couple more things in here that are new. I already talked about Labyrinth Tank. But yeah, I've fought him a few times. Also, let's see. Ooh, I'll go into that here in a minute. Actually, we may want to do that before we continue on with the campaign proper. So I'm going to cut away real quick, and we're going to go into custom games.
Cool.
Alright, so this is Custom Duel, and if you have a memory card in the second slot, you will be able to fight Deckmaster S, who has Goddess of Whim as their deck leader, who is maxed out and has a very, very high deck cost. This is a very great deck to grind against to get good spell and trap cards, but not so great in the monster front. She does have some good monsters, but a lot of which we can't win through the slots because they're just simply too good, unfortunately. If you do not have a memory card put in, you will fight an exact copy of your own deck, which allows you to grind off of some of your own cards. I did that a little bit off screen too. That's how I got the multiple Emperor's Judges. And, I put Tactical Warrior in the main deck now in place of Empress Judge, so we should have 2 or 3 copies of Empress Judge, as well as I'm going to actually just go ahead and give us a favorable terrain here so we can quickly beat this duelist, so we can just show it off really quick. But, I gave Empress Judge the deck leader spot so I can actually use Tactical Warrior's effect in combat. I still do not believe you can win Tactical Warrior through the slots. We'll get one more through the password system later on, but as I've said before, I don't want to use the... See, there she is. We'll be using her today, as a matter of fact. But as I've said before, the password system I don't want to use quite yet, because it's... every card you unlock through the password system is very powerful, and I kind of want to show them off all at once, because... frankly, they break the game, especially where cards like Aqua Dragon and I think Candle of Fate is in there too, and Candle of Fate is pretty broken as well. Oh, I didn't pause the thing. Okay, maybe that's better. Hopefully I didn't lose any frames from that. So, Deckmaster S, their deck mainly consists of, well, quite frankly, really low-powered monsters, very powerful spells, and she has a few boss monsters as well. There was something I was able to defeat there. Celtic Guardian. I wouldn't mind having Celtic Guardian, I don't think. If you care to share. I'm just going to try to defeat her as fast as possible. I'm not going to be grinding for cards or anything, but if you wanted to, you can go back and forth to grind for cards. Just make sure you have something with over 2,600 attack on board, and then you'll be fine. Alright, let's get her on the field here. Waha! So when Tactical Warrior is flipped, she gives every warrior monster on the field 300 plus, which is actually exactly what she does in the real game as well, so she's quite good for that. And I love her design, her armor, and her battle animation too. So this Deckmaster S has some very nasty monsters we want to worry about, such as that one! Rioran and Manga Rioran. And obviously Rioran is a dragon-type monster with 22-26. Which is not great for a level 7. The defense is definitely something to worry about, and it's definitely an easy way to get a powerful dragon monster early in the game if you didn't get Kaiser Dragon from the from your initial deck, or it's a good way to go into Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon if you want to do that. Also, Manga Rioran is the Toon equivalent, and Manga Rioran is powered up on Toon Terrain, and we'll talk about that when we get to later. If we actually acquire a Toon monster, or whenever we fight Pegasus. Or if
eventually.
if we ever have to traverse across Toon Terrain, I'll talk about it again, but I don't think we will. Alright, let's go. So yeah, you definitely have to have something with over 20... What did I run over? Fissure. See, that's how I got Fissure. And Fissure is a very powerful spell card that destroys the monster with the lowest attack in the field. And I would only recommend playing it if you don't have any monsters on the board yet, because then you're guaranteed to destroy something your opponent has, even if it's something really powerful your opponent has, because, let's face it, if he was the only monster on the field, it would destroy him, even though he's considered pretty powerful. So let's go ahead and finish her off. Obviously, I gave myself a favorable terrain, so we can get through this in just a few minutes. She also has Fairy Meteor Crush, which is very powerful. It's another 50 deck cost spell. I've got one of those as well. Goddess of Whim herself, it has a very RNG based effect, so I'm not going to be going for that. Well, the Fate Traps. I want a Celtic Guardian. Let me see if I can get Celtic Guardian.
Fake trap.
Oh, Monster Egg, the weakest warrior type monster in the game, pretty much.
Why is it a warrior?
I don't know. That's what I've wondered since 2002.
It's an egg.
It's an egg. So, there's one more deck master we can fight. I'm gonna save. And then we will fight that one.
So does it go back and forth?
Alright, check this out.
Oh,
so this is Deckmaster T. Mr. T. And he...
Master, he gonna fuck your ass up.
Yeah. So he has Exodia. And, you unlock Deckmaster T by putting a PS1 memory card in your slot 2 that has a Forbidden Memories save file on it, which conveniently I do. So if you guys want to see anything from Forbidden Memories, let me know. I have finished the game, and I'll talk about it in a separate video if you guys want to know anything about it. I didn't get anything I want to actually put in my deck for this. Or did I? Whatever. Let's do the same thing. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a favorable terrain and just take them out. This deck is a lot more nasty than the previous one. The previous one, they can really catch you off guard. I actually didn't talk about Deckmaster S's most powerful monster, which is Barrel Dragon. And Barrel Dragon is one of the cards we unlock through passwords. And Barrel Dragon will randomly target and destroy one card in the field when it's flipped up. It says one of your opponent's cards, but it has been known to destroy one of mine as well, so I don't know if I necessarily trust that. We're going to send out Fairy Meteor Crush and hope that he plays a couple of cards I can blow up. Yeah, so Exodia is actually even more difficult to pull off in this game than it is in the real TCG, because you actually have to have Exodia's torso as your deck leader, and then you have to have all of the pieces on the field and adjacent spots around you, which means you can't have any other monsters on the field because, well, actually you can have one because it's 4 monsters. So, let me just throw out some things I don't necessarily care about here to fit my hand a little bit, and it will draw into something good. Aha! It still only has 1300 attack, so we don't really care. The nasty thing about the Exodia deck, though, is it's mainly stall cards. It's mainly monsters that cause the combatant to be spellbound when you run into them, as well as some spellbinding traps as well. So, not cool. Pretty nasty. There's Emperor's Judge. I think I'm going to go ahead and use Fairy Meteor Crush just in case I hit one of his cards. It's completely random. It's all RNG based. I hit nothing! Alright. Let's go ahead and just attack him directly. I think you can win the pieces of Exodia through this. If not, you can get the pieces of Exodia through the password system as well. Not that we'll be taking advantage of it at all. Yeah, trigger your traps, whatever they are. I don't even care anymore.
Triggered.
Triggered! That's our catchphrase for this LP, apparently.
Anyway.
That's where the internet goes to die. He's leaving. He's pretty proud of whatever that is, so he's leaving it in attack mode. I don't trust that at all.
So's that card, too. That's in front and beside her.
Yeah, whatever it is, I kind of want to run into it so I can figure out what it is. Ah! Okay, it's a Curse Breaker. That wouldn't have... I've wasted a power-up, but at least I figured out what it was. Maybe it's another Curse Breaker. It's... Well then. Rip Deckmaster T.
Yeah.
He wasn't pitying any fools today.
He himself.
Yep.
That kind of sucked.
It did kind of suck. Let's see what we can win from that, though. Nothing! we can officially get Cursebreaker, which I actually would like to get because, as I said, it actually has a pretty decent effect for being something with 1 deck cost. So, Cursebreaker is actually the card called Dispel in the actual game, and it's not. There we go. I got 1. That's decent enough. Dispel is not a good card. I still only technically get 1 from that.
Yeah.
That's fine though. I'm okay with that. Yeah, Dispel is not a good card in the actual game, but the artwork is alternate in this game from the real thing.